Hey, do you?
Well,
I
can
don't know
do a
if you have
roll.
a pseudo
We
roll.
can do a roll.
Kuda rolls. Hell yeah.
Malthorn.
Just
Yes.
running the fucking gamut. High, medium, and low. Brain really struggled on saying medium there.
Don't worry, we got there in the end, though. That's what matters.
Medium.
Medium. So, after adjusting course and being able to get Styx back up and running, aka Alendril, as well as being able to make sure that, we had a plan moving forward, started to course out the area that we were going towards the Ossuary Sands, considered flying, going through the desert directly and other locations, but saw fit to be going through the main city as they would be the most abject and opposed to, well, mainly Nakra. It was also at that point that as we confirmed that and made plans and bought a boat going out there, we did a bit of studies, made sure we had our supplies appropriately. We were also going to be going there to get the mist so Alendril could hopefully cure himself and maybe help with the situation at hand. We did debate on removing the arm curse for the time, but chose against it on a better term because so long as they can keep watch on us, then they won't be sending people immediately after us until we have a comfortable space to really kind of try and fuck with that.
Yeah. You're not going to cut off your what's it? Your fucking leak monitoring bracelet thing.
Yeah. I don't need my parole officer showing up with finger of death right away, so we have a little bit of breathing time. But with that happening at the current circumstance, we had decided to proceed on forward. And with that, some people did their studies, if I recall. Malthorn purposely removed himself for a good portion of the stuff just to make sure that he didn't overhear or know anything that, could possibly funk this situation further. So he kept it to himself for a time, doing his own studies and tinkering with his tools and such on his arm brace. Shaug, I believe, went for cooking in a. I'm trying to remember what else happened when we got to Yusha. But we do have a few days in between. So Billy went to try and handle some situations unbeknownst to Malthorn or Shaug. More or less personal hunter reasons. So we didn't know exactly what, but on the cutaway scene, more or less seeing Billy trying to handle her inner beast, which led to one of the funniest fucking replies I ever heard in a long time of, I need to, give my wolf side enrichment, get me a Kong and peanut butter. So that was put in the quotes room.
That was a good moment. I stand by it.
Yeah. Which at that point, especially being able to spend some more time at the monastery with the old hunter, I assume. I don't know entirely what they are, but that's what I assume they are.
Sorry, old hunter?
Or the one at the monastery, the one who's helping.
That was not the person that I was looking for. Yeah.
No,
Gotcha.
that's a different person.
Right.
Yeah.
That person was. I mean, I basically all but said it. A vampire who, through practice and self-control, had managed to overcome their evil nature, and that kind of control was,
What Billy's after.
wisdom was slightly shared with Billy, and the exact location of Mahu, which is the actual lycanthrope individual who Billy was originally looking for, is not currently known. They are thought to, be alive and well. Just their exact location is not currently known.
It will take me a long time to master this, roughly until I reach level 18.
But I believe
that might happen before then.
Oh damn! Then we need to talk about a new Blood Hunter capstone.
Figure something out. I mean, we might not. The campaign might end before level 18, but
we shall see.
Yeah.
Quick, everyone, extend it from.
If we're as close as you keep saying, I mean, yeah.
The original plan was to end it at level 10. And y'all are pretty close to that.
But yeah, I believe we left off on that where everyone was doing their training between various skills, practices, and mastering their inner selves.
I mean, everyone else is being productive. Shog was just getting out and away from people and back into nature, and also he's kind of like Guy in Galaxy Quest. Quick, let's get him out of here. Let's get away from this planet before one of those things kills Guy. Because he's like
I'm the red shirt. I'm gonna die.
He's gonna die because he's almost died like 4 times now, and he's just trying to enjoy being in the wilderness and putting his feet in the dirt with the snow, with wiggling his toes in the ground like earthworms, and that's what he was doing basically the entire fucking time.
We gotta go pick up our shit.
What Malthon did?
He was training.
Horde.
What?
Huh?
What?
Whoring and drinking.
No.
Whoring and drinking.
I was not whoring and drinking.
After training every day. It's a good thing you're not in reach.
In reach?
I think I'm not nearby.
Yeah.
Good for your face.
Fighting words, boy!
One of these days, Maltharn, we're gonna spar, and you're gonna be just a little bit too far from Sharkshell. It's gonna be very sad. I'll pretend to cry. No one will know.
Who would know? No one.
Who's gonna know?
They're gonna know.
How would they know?
That's fucking meme.
I think we left off just before we all picked up our stuff, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, I believe that was the case.
We were all back in
I
town
will
to
say,
meet up.
for narrative's sake, let's say that Yoko is spending some time with her family.
Away from us.
Yeah.
How dare she?
We should go kill her.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I just realized we have to go make a deal with people. We don't have our charisma person.
Charisma person? We don't
person.
have a charisma.
She's the best out of anybody though. She's the only one that's trained in persuasion.
No, she's not.
I think she.
I swear to God, she was better than.
I think she picked up it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just picked it up.
By charisma person, I mean she has a +1
Yeah.
and proficiency in the skill. To be clear, because the bar is super low. The bar is the floor.
The bar is below the floor, dude. Some of us have a lot of negative.
Yeah, the bar is the former. Yeah, the former slave who doesn't talk for fear of their secret being exposed, the lycanthrope who doesn't talk for fear of their secret being exposed, or the guy who let himself the guy who's let himself get grabbed by the priest and had an eyeball like spell shit put on his ass.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking.
It's getting to watch me train.
My brain's dead. Shao had the fucking carb shit in him. He made the symbol on himself.
Oh yeah, he carved that symbol. Yeah, I forgot about that. He carved the Watcher symbol into his
Yeah, so you get the default to perception checks with look-ins.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the symbol of the Watcher's favor. It's an interdimensional entity.
Yeah.
Interdimensional kid.
So, what is y'all's plan? You got Vrinker is about, as is Alendril. They're probably just hanging out in one of the various accommodations that are available in the city. Yeah. What's y'all plan?
Get our shit.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's right. So you return and get, if I recall correctly, it was 2 adamantine shields.
Yes.
Yellow.
One. Oh, sorry. What? So 2 adamantine shields. What were the other items?
An adamantine short sword and the mithril breastplate with the mariner's enchantment.
Yes, got it. All right. So those are all provided to y'all. Was there anything else that y'all wanted from the boy?
His shoes and his wallet. No.
Run your fucking pockets, bitch!
Come in now!
I mean, could I? Man, no, I wouldn't. This guy is not the guy. I look at him, I go, this guy, and internally Bill goes, this guy is not the guy to ask about the Black Lotus. And I thank him for his fine work and make to leave the shop.
Thank you for your patronage. Please feel free to come back at any time. And yeah, you guys.
I'm gonna take this lucky brass coin that I received last session. I'm gonna tuck it into the leather strapping of my shield, my newly improved shield.
Alrighty, noted.
And I immediately forget about it. I do it, it's done. I never have to think about it again.
Alrighty.
So, fucking. Guess we gotta find people first. Should we work on a pitch?
Going all the way out there. I guess. Hey, would you like to come to a desert full of horrible shit with us to find some mystery liquid that could fuck you up permanently? Maybe not that part, but...
Protect us?
Yeah, pretty much. Something to keep, Sticks and Vrinka safe.
There's supposed to be, like, other plunder there, too, right? Like, we could offer them a piece of that?
I mean, y'all could make a history check or some such thing to think what kind of stuff might be found in an Osirian ruin.
Sure.
Stress.
Can we also get the? Can we get the benefit of Yoko's history just because?
She's with her family.
Oh man.
Yes. The
Y'all could
bad rolls begin. The bad rolls begin again.
Y'all can all make your individual checks if you want to. I'll let you do that.
I will try and fish something up from the depths here. Watch me face plant as I have an aneurysm right now.
Oh no, we agreed that it was a mithril half plate for us.
No.
It was the half plate.
Yeah.
Was it breastplate? Because the half plate was.
Oh, if it's half plate, then that's what we said. Oh
Yeah,
right,
it
because
was
we used all of it. Breastplate was going to be if we were only going to use one.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah.
I misspoke.
That's why, because they gave 15 AC instead of 14.
Can you get a history and help us out here? Because we've got a 5 and a 7 sitting on the table.
I swear, I'm a genius.
I'm going off about how there's gotta be treasure.
Yeah, there's got to be treasure in there.
There's gotta be
Like-
treasure.
It's like ancient
ruins.
ruins always have
There's
treasure.
magic.
right?
There's magic water that comes with treasure. There's gonna be a treasure room. There'll be treasure.
You drink it, you get eternal aging. Wait,
No, it's supposed to help him.
right. You're supposed to put him to a point where he's healthy enough, right?
Something like that.
Y'all vaguely recall him talking about not only curing himself, but potentially all known diseases with the mist stuff if he's given enough of it in enough time.
And also the leader of the Lotus is supposed to be sick, right?
You don't know
That was
whether-
information we were given.
No,
Right,
no,
that was a rumor.
No, that was something that you made up, I believe.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yes, I believe you were. You said that as like a joke or something, like a. Oh, obviously they'll be sick, and then we'll help them with that. and that's what they'll need the mist for. I think you said something along those lines, but no such information was given to you from any outside sources.
Okay, what about selling it to them as the way to make the most powerful drugs ever?
I mean, yeah, that's definitely an option. You just got to figure out your pitch.
I will not be pitching shit.
You like drugs? Oh, God. Alright then. Well, let's see if we can't find a venue for what we're trying to get here with most of the bloody guards.
Yeah, I'll go put my ear to the ground. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Searching. I go and look for gruff, tumbly types who possibly want to make some money.
Yeah, I mean, have you had any experience with that sort of thing at all?
Yes.
Definitely, because
I am associated with the criminal underworld, the rough and tumble folk.
Okay.
This connection comes in the form of a contact in any city I visited.
No.
God damn.
I will use it every session, damn it. I'm in the wilderness. Urban bounty hunter.
I go looking for some Marines, people who look military type, making some extra
Hey Billy,
money.
can we start calling you Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Oh. No. Just shut down immediately.
That's stupid.
No.
Alright. So
I pass a window into a tailor shop. There's a mannequin with a thick black leather jacket. I stop for a moment and stare at it and the sunglasses that go with it. Then I shake my head and keep walking.
But then the moment you turn around, suddenly you're wearing it. It's like, wait.
Oh no! Then some guy walks out with it. He gives me a nod and keeps going. And I go, "What's that?" And I turn around and he's
walks
gone.
out.
Was that a Terminator 2 reference or a Dog the Bounty Hunter reference?
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that could have also been a Terminator 2 reference.
Absolutely. Yeah. Too many cooks.
Not enough kitchens.
Alrighty. So who is sorry, we got Malthon looking for potential marine folk, and Billy, you are looking for what exactly?
I'm gonna go pub crawling looking for a shadowy guy in a corner to talk to.
Okay. Then we will have.
Shalk is gonna tag along with Billy, and he's gonna equip his new shiny shield, and he's gonna have his short sword out with him. He's not gonna have it out, but he's gonna have it on his hip or on his back.
Alright, noted.
I'm trying to decide if I would immediately try and hide the fact that my shield is now adamantine.
Oh yeah, Shalk.
Because I feel like, yeah, like we both like look at each other as we're wearing adamantine shields, and we walk over to like a chimney and pick up a bunch of coal and just rub it all over so it's not as shiny.
Shalk would have got you over to like to a more wild area, and he would have used his survival skills to pick up dirt and stuff to
I don't think you need survival skills to rub dirt into a shield.
Well, no, he would have actually like made effective natural camouflage on the shield to make it look
a ghillie shield.
Yeah, he would put materials on it to make it look like natural terrain. Dress it up a bit. Of course, it probably will fall off after some time, but he would.
Yeah, I don't know that would work if you're moving really. Like if you were like lying down or like hiding in a single spot without really moving very much, you could pile shit on top of you for sure. Or like put moss on your shield or whatever. But if you're like walking around the city and like using your shield or even swinging your arms much at all, shit's gonna fall.
Yeah. I guess then we could get some shit right away, and then we would probably go look for some.
Like you could make it dirty and shit, and like
we definitely get some
to it. But as far as like making it proper ghillie shit,
Yeah,
you would
I was
need to.
overthinking it. Yeah, he would have definitely tagged along. He would have tagged along with you anyways, but yeah, he would have been like, yeah, we need that. Right now, this is definitely like a Mandalorian bullshit.
So I'm
It's a
gonna ask,
fucking pitch.
what kind of check do you want to be making to be looking for appropriate focuses?
I mean,
Shock is happy to help with that too, and maybe he can.
But what
talk to critters.
are you searching for?
I guess insight. I would assume that I would go looking for someone who I already know or have run in circles with, and that they would be able to point me.
Do you think you've been this far south before?
I would say much more likely than I have been north. Like I had probably never visited Murnur. Like skirted the sands on a journey one time with my master, and then took a ship back and was like, I'm never fucking going to that desert again.
How many times do you think you've visited sort of Stoneshire in this general area?
Probably one time very briefly, and then one time for a few weeks to stay. Like one time passing through to hunt something in the area, and then we came back and stayed for a few weeks, but that was the only time.
Okay. Yeah,
I wouldn't say that I know anybody in the Black Lotus. Probably, I probably knew a guy who got shook down.
You've heard about it, but you haven't personally interacted with them. Well, to your knowledge.
Right. Nobody's come out and been like, "Hey, by the way."
Yeah.
I guess insight.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll insight, and also with your feature of knowledge.
Boom, 18 plus 4, 22.
Alright. I would say it takes you a little bit because in the city you've only visited a couple of times and the culture's very different, and so in trying to determine what people are acting abnormally, you first have to figure out what acting normally is like. So it takes you a little bit, but you do eventually figure it out. And so you catch some people playing dice. Sort of an older orcish woman, sort of a very, I'm going to say very, very sad looking, not like sad as in like depressed looking, but just like exhausted, world weary, elven man,
beaten,
just tired, just really tired. And there's to be a human woman there as well who's sort of enthusiastic but definitely not winning. There's a couple of other folk, and you do notice that they're not playing normally. Like they're doing certain things that, while you personally don't understand what they are communicating, they're clearly communicating something in the manner that they are playing dice. So yeah,
I can't understand it at all.
You don't know if thieves can, so no. You notice that they are communicating something surreptitiously, like the way that they knock the dice together, or the way that they play, or like the specific way that they say something and then look pointedly at each other. Yeah.
I guess what I'm asking is, like, I don't see any way I could approach them.
You could walk up and ask to join the dice game.
But why would I? Okay.
Or you could talk to them, or buy them a drink, or what? Like what? How would you approach these folk? You've recognized that these people are, definitely keeping some stuff below the table, so to speak.
Shog whispers to you quietly. I can also speak Elvish and Orcish. If you just talk to them in a more comfortable language, they may be more receptive to.
Yeah, what are the races of these people?
Yeah, so you've got an older Orcish woman. You've got a young but very exhausted-looking elven man. You've got a human woman who's relatively young, seems, high energy, but not really following what's going on, but seems just enthusiastic anyway. I'd say there's probably a gnome there as well, and who else have we got? We've got I would say probably the first tabaxi most of you have seen, actually. Yeah, so there's the Orcish woman, elder guy, human lady, gnomish lady, and tabaxi, though I don't think any of you guys can know enough about tabaxi to distinguish gender.
Okay.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be cool? Could I do that? Could I do like a nature check to identify just base knowledge, or?
I'd say it would probably be more like insight.
Okay.
Or history. If you
Or
try to figure out based on like customs and stuff that they may have.
Insight is better because I don't have for trading either. Hey.
Yeah. They're kind of androgynous. They're not like, they don't got no big teddies or anything like that. But they're definitely lithe. I'd say for a moment they could be either, but
They carry themselves as not showing.
Yeah, it's not terribly obvious. But if you had to guess, you'd say probably a fairly feminine male.
Here's the guess with a nat 20.
It's alright.
Yeah, I can't give anything. Like I don't know how much to say. Yeah, I'd say feminine male.
Shog, why are you staring at that one?
Oh no, I was just curious if I could identify if that was a male or female of the species.
Does that change this?
No, it doesn't. I was just seeing if I could figure it out. It's just me challenging myself.
Well, you got a thing for tabaxi?
No.
You can tell me.
Make a persuasion/deception check if you feel like it.
It's not. He's not lying.
Okay.
He's
Don't worry.
honest now. He's just.
It's all good.
Yeah, he's being very. His candor is very honest and genuine.
Yeah.
I'll shrug and I'll say, "All right, man, keep it to yourself." And I'll tap my shot glass on a nearby table, shoot it back, grab the still full tankard that I bought, and start walking over.
Yeah, as you sort of walk over, they definitely, notice you paying attention to them and walking in their direction, and all of them sort of, cover their dice and sort of look up at you as you approach. So the older orcish woman probably speaks up first. She's wearing just sort of like a loose hood that's only about halfway over the top of her head, and she's wearing some so her hair is sort of mostly greyed with in a sense these thick bunched up braids that come down to her chest as she sort of looks up at you. What are you here for? With a lot.
I was wondering what game you were playing. I've played a lot of dice and I've never seen, and I let my gaze like roam over everybody, such a diverse group playing a game I've never seen before. I'm wondering if you need a shifter to round out the diversity hires.
She sort of blinks a couple of times. Right, we just play a little differently than most folks. Are you trying to, communicate anything in any way? Like, what exactly are you? Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea the rules of anything. I'm walking up and trying to sit at the table.
I mean, you can play if you want. But, I mean, this isn't exactly a... Just sit down. And she gestures, and the human woman pulls out a chair next to her.
I will turn it around and sit in it backwards.
Oh, fancy.
More comfortable. I gesture towards my armor.
Yeah. You do you. And, they begin playing, and as you play, why don't you just roll me, I'm going to say, just a straight up pile low, and let me know whether you want to roll like insight or deception or anything as you're playing.
I mean, I guess insight again. I don't know what else I can learn, but it's always high. And
this is
insight.
just the playing of the game.
Okay.
Darn.
It's always high, 13,
Yeah,
and
right.
insight for 24.
I'm gonna say you probably win. You probably win maybe about, let's say, 7 gold from that game. It seems like they're playing with a fair bit of coin, and you're getting very lucky.
I will say for flavor, I sat down and pulled out a platinum, and said, "I hope you have change for this."
Yeah, they definitely sort of look your way, and you've definitely caught their attention. Shalbra, are you participating at all?
He's not being rude, but he's just being quiet and just watching. Unless they want him to join, he's not offering to. Or he's not making any requests.
He's doing his best bodyguard impression.
Yeah,
pretty much.
a tired-looking elvish man sort of pushes like a mop of black long hair out of his face. It's a long, exhausted drag of his pipe, and then just sort of lets out like a sigh as he breathes out the smoke. Who's your friend?
He's talking to Shaug, or he's talking to Billy?
No, to Billy.
He was on the ship on my way in here. Works with me. Sorry, what? Something baby?
Your babysitting.
Something like that.
Somebody almost got their fucking teeth knocked out.
You're gonna sit there working all day, friend, and you're gonna sit down and do something.
I didn't know if I was invited. I am not much for gambling.
What's you folks doing here anyway? We don't usually get too many newcomers. Not too many folks interested in our camps.
Well, I know I'm looking in the wrong place for, and I'll raise the bet, whatever it is. Trustworthy hirees. And I've got a job that no one else has wanted to take. You fellas wouldn't know anybody looking for something like that.
Late, but I mean, it depends what kind of work you got going.
Some raid of some big fucking tomb.
You've been reading too many stories, Gal.
Like I said, not everybody's up for it.
How far are we talking?
I quickly, in my mental map, check the distance. Good 200 miles?
Oh, fucking dragon. You going into the sands?
Going on a walk in some sand, so they tell me. But, you know, can't be giving out all my... I'm not sure what I can't be showing all my cards, I guess. And I'll like lift my cup on my dice or whatever. Rake in the 7 gold.
Yeah. What would you need any of our help for? We just...
Oh, your help? I'm just playing a game. Are you guys the helping Sewer?
I mean, and the orcish woman speaks up. We all have to make a living somehow, dear.
Isn't that true?
Tell your
Yeah.
friend to sit down. He's making me nervous.
Chow doesn't need to wait for Billy to say anything. He just walks quietly over and sits down. And he says in Orcish to the orc woman, he's like, apologies. And then he looks over to the elf and says in Elvish, I am just not one for conversation. I'm also kind of shy.
I'm glad you did that because I was gonna stand up and give you my chair.
Cute. Hands you a cup with dice.
Puts down a gold piece. So just roll a d20 and then insight.
Yeah, or deception, or what however you want to be playing.
He is not good at deception.
Yeah, I'd say you do end up losing that gold, unfortunately.
That's okay. He's not he's not hurting for gold.
As it's sort of looking. Hey, yeah, look, you've been up north a couple of times. You I mean, what you folks looking for anything specific, or you just dungeon delving?
Well, supposedly, a treasure meant to heal any injury, cure the diseases of all the world. I imagine that could be useful to a group of individuals looking to get that in advance of the, and I'll smile, patent.
Yeah, could do.
Billy, it's not really the cure, it's more like an ingredient for the cure, right?
Right, but they could, yeah. I'm trying to keep cards as close as possible, but Billy's not very good at that.
Why don't you make me a persuasion check and see whether they're hooking onto what you're putting out.
12 minus 1.
Lukewarm.
I'd say Shag probably actually often clarifies the issue that it's actually an ingredient for the cure, not the actual cure. Tries to help.
Oh, right. It's supposed to be this thing that makes everything better.
But it is by itself a dangerous material.
The Bush lady speaks. Well, it's... I mean, good you need a little more versatile than the finished product. I mean, we've all done a bit of trading in our day, so... What exactly are you lacking in your entourage.
Well,
Manpower.
Wait, before I apologize. Out of character, my brain is being stupid. Did people introduce themselves yet?
No, they've not. No,
Yeah.
the elfish man addressed the orcish lady as Hela, but that's.
Okay, but he had nobody said okay. Then Shauk is going to politely say, apologies. If we're going to actually discuss business, I think it's customary for everybody to introduce themselves, at least the name that you'd like to be addressed with initially, even if it's a false name. My name is Shauk Shell. My compatriots will introduce themselves as they see fit, and I would like to at least know what you would prefer me to call you while we discuss things.
Hela, tribe Wokai. What tribe do you hail from?
I am no longer. I never had a tribe. I am a free slave of the Manure Coast, who freed myself and have helped free others of my kind from the clutches of the madness up there.
You don't seem too free and hearted, one.
I'm sorry, my headset was kind of. What was that?
You don't seem too free to me, little one.
What do you mean?
The chains are gone, but you still walk like they're on you.
Well, I mean, I'm still being chased by them because I refuse to just leave the land alone. So they live in my head a little bit. So yeah, I'm not quite free as I could be, but that's my choice. Someday I will cut myself off entirely from it, but
Look into heritage if you can. There's some peace to be found in the community with the spirits.
yeah, I mean, I do some communion, and I do find some solace with nature and the animals, and the Flitterbud pops out and fixes those out, twists his whiskers, and he pats his head quietly. So I do find some solace. Because I can't let people suffer like I saw people suffer for no reason. It's repulsive, and I want to do something before I am unable to, or at least for a little while longer. He clears his throat a little bit and looks up. He looks very I guess it's a good word. He looks very sullen, sort of saturnine when he's reflecting on that while he's looking at the work.
I'm still a little confused as to what exactly you folk want. Whether it be a hand getting there, and digging up the sands.
We're not the only ones who are after it, and there are some people who have a little bit of a target on their back that we'll be troubling with. We're looking for someone to get us there quietly, quickly, without suspicion. And who's not too bad with a blade. Thank you. And who's not too bad with a blade if it comes down to it.
Definitely, combat would be best avoided, but if necessary, being able to defend yourself would be very helpful.
We're not here to hire a cadre of knights. Billy would never say cadre. Never mind.
A couple of us are alright at defending ourselves, and we've got a few colleagues.
And make no mistake, you wouldn't be fighting to defend us. We would be helping protect ourselves too. But we would be appreciating the assistance with defense if such
more
thing
hands.
Come to pass. Exactly.
Do you expecting us to come along with you, or
Yep.
of the folk that are on your tail?
It's more more to safety in numbers, especially traveling through the Ulster Sands.
You need not come down into our gold if you don't wish to. But if you do, whatever we plunder, there's a part in it for you. Otherwise, we can just pay you for the protection and discretion. And I look over to Shag.
We can figure something out as far as protection, but I mean, to be honest, I'm not really in the game anymore. I just more listen and share rumors with my friends over dice. But
you know, you're not in this game anymore either. And I show my dice and rake in another pot.
You're not wrong. Brazen, but not wrong.
Shao loses another gold piece though. Actually, I'd say he probably loses like 5 gold. He's terrible at this stuff.
I think we have a couple of friends. You seem relatively capable, but we usually like to know what we're getting into, and
there are more details if you sign on, but we need to know you're in before you're in.
You kind of need to know the job description before we tell you that we can do it or can't. I mean, I'll not be coming. I'm a little old for it, but
dangle the offer. You know, we're offering a share of what we get, what we need, and roughly where we're going.
Well, Billy, how about we get one of our other compatriots to join us so we can meet up with whoever's interested with their group, and then we can discuss the details and let them know about the dangers that would be involved so they can decide whether or not it's in their wheelhouse.
Exactly. I will, I remember like a bar, probably the, not one that we're staying at now, but the bar that I stayed at last time I was here. And I'll write down like just the name of it and a time tomorrow evening. I'll rip it out, pass the piece of paper to the elderly orc woman, and I'll say, and I'll.
Longer might be to you. I will say, one of more talented friends is. Well, we haven't seen her in a little bit, and if you give us a hand finding her, we'd be grateful.
How long's she been missing?
Well, she got paid a lot from a job recently.
Dangerous
Went
thing.
to Venus, lost a bit of money, got very drunk. We didn't see her for a couple of days, but that was, expected. Sometimes you need to sleep off a hangover. But it's been a week. And we're a little concerned.
Well, I mean, if she's in the wilds and you give me a trail or some things that I can use to help track her, I'm confident we can find her. If she's in the city, we could probably help with that too.
We don't quite know. Usually, we don't have that much information, but our employers usually know what's going on, and the fact that they don't know where she is a little concerning.
Why don't one of you come to that meeting tomorrow, and we'll tell you anything that we found. What's the name and the name of the casino she was last seen at?
It was the White Lotus, and her name's Maeve. It's a young, elvish woman, short bob haircut, has definitely a piercing stare. Sometimes her eyes get a bit glowy, but it's not all the time.
Magic glass?
Yes, a sorcerer, I believe.
How does a sorcerer get taken advantage of?
That's the
Alright.
question.
Do you have her home address?
Well, see about sending some folk your way, and they can have a chat, see what you need, what I can offer, and we'll figure it out. And you, little cub, when this is done, if you want to look into where you're from, maybe we can get you started on your journey home. Even in this Greek city, it's important to remember the earth from which you are made.
Well, born in Miracos.
But that is not the earth from which you are made.
Oh, you mean you want to show me to the Orc homelands?
I hate to see a lost child. But we can get around to it when we get around to it.
I will keep that in mind. I do have unfinished business. There is an orc betrayer, my father. I must kill him before I am able to take you up on your offer.
You do like to overshare. You should be careful whom you share that information with.
Oh no, he's a piece of shit. He needs to die. I don't mind sharing that information with anybody.
I mean, quite possibly, but I'd be careful. You give out a little more than you ought to.
Oh no, I'm only giving it out to you to show that my conviction. Normally I don't tell people this stuff, but I like the cuts of your candor.
Don't cut your candor if you're not careful.
Here, any one of us could be unscrupulous. Most of us are a little, and there are plenty of people in this.
I mean, I've dealt with a lot of unscrupulous people over the past 2 decades, so I feel confident that I'm a fairly decent judge of people, at least enough to deal with the fallout if something bad happens because of the information I've shared. But yeah, I understand your caution.
Just try not to go walking into too many lions' mouths.
Unfortunately, with the friends that I walk with, that's proven harder and harder to avoid. Yeah, he unconsciously just starts rubbing at one of the scars that's under his armor.
Go on. You have things to attend to, I'm sure. We have a couple of people to talk to, don't we, friends? And sort of all of them sort of nod. Well, good game and all that. We'll see about what kind of talent we can drum up for you. Any particular requests? Need some folk who are good at opening closed things, or lifting heavy things, or talking to folk, or what are we looking for?
Well, considering uh, how dangerous some of the enemies have come after us are, I would recommend folks who are very good at taking hits and able to survive. If you have anybody like that who could join
Well,
us,
okay. I
I
think
do
I know.
recommend having some tougher folks with this, just because I don't want them to take a hit, but if they can take a hit, that would be recommended.
Not
The
too
most
many.
important, but the most important thing is that they can help us pass undetected.
That too, yes.
Nobody that stands out in a crowd.
It's tough and quiet is not a common combination, but I can have a look. Ask around.
Yeah, mostly for their own safety.
Look, yeah, if you've got somebody who's good with opening stuff, we'll take that. If you've got somebody who's a fast talker, we'll take that.
Alright, so beefy, fast talk, and uh, acquisitions expert. Let's see what we can
Somebody
do.
who's good with disguises.
We can figure something out like that. I do a little bit of face painting in my time. If you need anything around here, I'm sure I can help. But
I I I smile kind of questioningly at face paint because I have fur.
might be difficult. You might need to shave a little.
No,
Yeah, I thought so.
I've got a big cloak.
Yes,
Anyway,
give
enjoy
some
your game,
trouble.
and I'll stand up from the table.
Enjoy your evening.
I leave my untouched tankard.
Also, my Eve is correct, minus the I.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Malton as you're walking around. Why don't you let me know in what way you attempted to find uh, marine folks?
Ones that look like they're probably down on their luck are the gruff and tumble type that would take odd jobs as they're done with marine, probably doing dock
A
work.
blue dragonborn in the gutter,
A
lamenting
blue,
his sorrows and lost ship.
blue one. He's evolved.
You gotta change the source material a little bit.
That's true. A little bit each time. Now he's green. Gotta go through all the chroma colors. But yeah, looking for a couple of party looking sailor types, ones that look like they would be interested in possible prospect of either treasure or monster hunting, whichever prospect turns up first.
Okay.
The gruff
Go
types.
look around. Are you looking for like insight to see if you can pick up on, who's who? Are you looking down at the docks and are you asking people questions? Are you in what way are you trying to help these folks?
Definitely more open and public, not on the mission, but more or less like any of you interested in a caravan, possible monster hunting, treasure to be found. Trust me, if there ain't no treasure, the organs of the creature will be paid plenty.
Alrighty. I'm gonna say yeah, persuasion, just as you're sort of asking around.
Yeah, and this is like full suit of armor, bear punching fist, and
It's not a super high DC. If folk want work and it's just a matter of whether folk are taking you seriously and listening. Okay. So it's super high, but you do get the attention of a couple of folk. Yeah, I would say where are we? First of all, is like as you're sort of asking around, you sort of hear a thump and feel the ground kind of shake a little bit. And then it happens again and again. It gets louder and louder and louder. And then you sort of turn around and there is just an ogre standing behind you. He's just massive. He's got a big toothy grin. And looking for work, boss.
Well, aren't you promising? Hey, we're planning on heading out on a good venture. It'll be a good distance. I definitely need a strong arm, and you definitely seem to have those.
Yeah, I don't be loading stuff here, but there's not too much to be doing right now.
Well, I've got my own.
Real good.
Well, the offer is on interested of traveling out towards a good distance, probably on the prospect of towards the mountain ranges. Wondering if how you fare with some possible creature fighting. Maybe just making sure that the supplies and caravan are kept safe.
Oh, I can sit on him and you can punch him.
I like you already.
Hey.
Name's Malthorn. What shall I call you, my big friend?
Oh, folks call me Mog.
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 Mog. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you'd get right along with some of my friends pretty easily.
Yeah. Is they big too?
Well, can't promise you pay right away, because we still need to do the monster hunting first and a little bit of exploring. What?
It's just got to have a little bit.
I do have some. I can give you some coin at the start. But I wanted to see how much you willing to work with the prospects that we're going out after. Trust me, it's definitely going to be worth it.
What's this? A price. The thing you said, what's the thing?
Well, for some of the creatures out there, we're more or less going towards some of the ruins, so might be dealing with older creatures, worms and others of the such. Things that you'd be easily able to grab.
It was a real little though. Was you fighting worms for?
Well, some of the worms where we're going might be pretty big. At least comparatively to me.
Are you looking to catch some real big fish or something?
In a way. I'll be working under, well, we'll both be working under, if you come with us, under a good alchemist. Someone who's looking to make some good medicine, which means good money for us.
That is good. Me tooths hurt sometimes, so it's good to have the numbing stuff.
Yeah, you'd be able to make that.
I get it. Alright. Where's our mates?
Well, the mages that you'd be working with may come out to see if you'd be interested in working with us. Be able to lead you to a space that we'd be able to hold you up for. And then we'll be out heading out as a large group. All you'd have to do is follow along, make sure that everything we're toting along is kept safe.
We just can do that. Might need a little bit to help us along, because there's some folks who ask you to work and you just work and then they don't give you the money. That's what happened with my last boss, and it's not nice.
That's fair.
So I just got up, because me mate says I just got to ask for a little bit at the start. So when I was meeties, where I meet you, just get me a little bit, and then we can go do the work.
Well, understandable. He will pull out a platinum piece. This, so you show up and come along with us. Trust me. Promise you more. This is just to get you started on the way.
Yeah, I'll do that. That sounds good to me.
Alright, Mog. I will pass him the platinum piece and tell him the inn that we would be meeting up at.
Alrighty, mister. Thank you for your work. I will see you later, me profane rock.
I look forward to the prospects, friend.
Yeah. And he sort of picks up the box that's like half the size of a shipping container that he was carrying and then continues walking.
Well, you get the skill, I got the muscle.
Well, he sort of is like looking back, trying to see. It's, even with the size he is, it's still difficult for him to like see over the box.
Alright, friend. I'll see you there.
His face, like he's got his like slight hunchback, so his face is basically just pressed up against the box, and he's just walking along, feeling with his feet and listening to make his way forward. Yeah.
I'll head off to meet up with Shaug and Billy later.
We've got a missing persons case.
So, one quick question while Billy and Shaug were still at the Thieves Guild, or their little meetup place. Is there a place that Shaug could possibly have carved a symbol of the Watcher's eye?
That was just kind of like a dive bomb, but yeah, you absolutely could.
Yeah, he would probably have done it, where nobody was watching, but
Just make it a
watch the
slight
bar. Nice.
Yeah, you do manage to surreptitiously get it, like in a corner somewhere where folks is not looking proper.
Yeah, well, he's making sure he gets a good view of the interior of the bar too.
Yeah.
Second thing, the way that old guy sounded, it reminded me of Beetlejuice, and that's like when you start talking about sandworms, like, "Yo, sandworms, you hate them, I hate them myself." It's like, that's all I can think of when Malthorn and we talk about sandworms.
Gotta get them delicious sandworms, huh?
I was waiting for one of them to dive through the sand and eat something into the dirt.
Luigi. Sorry, my brain's a little muff at the moment. Did you guys want to do anything before
The meeting tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes, we are all going to meet up and use the rest of the day to try and find out what's up with this lady. After comparing notes on who we got for the job. I tell Malthorn about the criminals.
I tell them about the ogre.
Of course you would fucking find an ogre.
Well, you can't be the only strong backer in here.
Saying that I don't want him.
Us, don't you?
Who's complaining? You still fucking have your ears stuffed with your own ass.
That's right.
I mean, I appreciate his candor because he helped us with harpies. They like to make you jump off cliffs. And also, I appreciate having a big ogre to take hits so that I don't get shot to death by people that like to kill things and make them rise from the dead.
Yeah.
Look, there's no complaining happening over here. I'm just saying, of course it was him. I'm not gonna go out and find a ogre. That's never happened to me in my life.
You just don't want to look less.
I mean,
maybe I'm just not ugly enough that they find me attractive.
Oi.
I mean, from what I've seen of you two, you like to have competitions. What it sounds like is Malthorn just defeated you in the ogre finding competition.
Last I counted, I had more skilled hands. These are just big.
I'll show you skilled hands, you fucking tall bitch.
Oh, aren't you the one always crowing that size doesn't matter with your inch-long peck?
I'll fucking stab you to death with it.
Shag walks away quietly and just laughing to himself. That whiny, like, kind of suppressing it.
Where are you going? We have shit to do.
Right.
I'm going to get provisions. You guys can talk about tactics, because that's not my forte anyways.
We have a fucking missing persons case.
Once again, you guys can choose the direction. I will start searching for you. I am going to get provisions.
I think what are you
Alright,
about
I guess ask around about if anybody knows their name, I guess. We're gonna go check out the casino.
Understood.
Do I need
Seinfeld sound. We're at the casino.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can make your way to sort of definitely the nightlife part of town. The casino doesn't actually open until late-ish, like sort of probably just an hour or two before sunset. It is open pretty much all through the night. Let me see if I have a fucking appropriate. I don't know if I have it. I might need to find a NCS.
Casino Royale music.
Excuse me.
I will what?
Is this a good one? Yeah, that'll do. All right. It's appropriately. There we go. So, as y'all sort of walk up to this place, there is a large, glowing sort of sign of a white lotus flower. There's no, name or labeling or everything. It's just this massive white lotus, and this casino looks like a palace. It is massive. It clearly has a lot of rooms. It is tens of stories tall, and it is like everything about this place is just a little too ostentatious. And you're definitely sort of out of place even just standing outside this place in your your workwear. Would you like to go in as you?
Well,
Do I see any casino personnel outside, preferably smoking and drinking from a bottle concealed in a paper bag?
There's a sort of a large Goliath lady, maybe about 7'5", heavily muscled, heavily tattooed, long sort of grey-black hair that sort of goes down to about a mid-back that she's sort of just tossed over her shoulder. And as you sort of standing there, she's not really smoking or drinking or anything. She's just leaning up against the sort of right next to the entrance, and there's sort of just like a bit of a rope there that she's just leaning on the pole that's attached to. And
like this is like the door guard?
Yeah.
Oh no, like is there like a somebody who's off
the...
duty? Yeah, is there anybody like who looks like they might be on break?
You probably have to go around the back to find someone like that, but you probably could. You could try. Yeah.
I mean, is there foot traffic in that direction, or am I gonna look very conspicuous walking around to the back?
I mean, you'd be like walking into an alleyway, so it would be like a little odd. But it wouldn't be like, oh, that person's trespassing. It'd be like, Like, are you just gonna go take a piss in the alley, or are you like doing something unscrupulous kind of thing? Like, if you're not dressed in like employee clothing, then it would be a bit odd for you to be walking through that way.
Okay. I'll look at Malthorn. You think we'll have a better chance around back, or looking at or asking around inside?
Either way, I feel like we're gonna pull some eyes here. We stick out like a sword fucking thumb on a fucking mason.
Yeah, there are a couple people who are definitely like, you guys are catching some eyes every now and then, and there's a few folk, like there's a short line at the door, some sort of fancy noble folks, to a large, just like an egregiously fat man with too many rings, and like a couple of young ladies who he's clearly paid for the company of, as he's sort of like laughing, and he's clearly quite drunk, and the bouncer sort of looks at him, and he sort of makes a comment that she sort of sighs and like looks like she kind of wants to punch him, but then lets him in through the door anyways. Yeah, there's a few folk. There's a few folk around, and you're definitely catching a few looks.
Okay. Well, if there's a line and she's like working actively, I would not want to go talk to her. I would suggest that we go around back, find somebody who's tired of this job. Maybe they've been working for the past couple of days. Hopefully.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, it's not like a super long line. It's like that guy and maybe one other person, and then within like half a minute, they're all through, and then there's no one in the line anymore.
Okay. Well, if we strike out at back, we can always come back.
Yeah.
Tongue to you, Malthorn? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm talking through a mouthful of pancakes.
Where the fuck did you get those?
Where's the fucking the cart right back there? You grab them?
Oh fuck! I missed my chance.
You want a piece?
A little bit.
I will tear off a small piece and hand it to you.
We're gonna like chew it up and spit it down his face.
You can tell the thought crossed her mind.
There was a moment. There was a pause.
Thanks.
The little tang of lemon is really good.
I savor that for a moment before I kind of like taking this in, and well, can't be worse than when we tried before on the other place. So tough stuff.
If possible, I would like to take a circuitous route to the back. Like if we could go a street over and come back around.
Yeah, you could try and do that. Do you want to make like a stealth check or a deception check of some kind to?
No, I don't think we're. At least me, no. I'm not trying to necessarily be stealthy. I'm just like, if somebody else sees me, it'll just be me coming from a different direction. Is basically all. Like that they don't know that we were just like loitering out here. If that makes sense.
Sorry, could you clarify?
Like, this is a big building. Many streets come up and abut to it, right? Or is this against the wall of one of the
This is a big city? This is it's not against the wall, kind of in the. It's kind of in the middle of the city, but to get to the back of the building, there's probably only a couple of paths, and it is kind of in the. Like the buildings are quite close.
Yeah.
Quite close.
Yeah,
really
essentially, I wanna back out of the square that we're standing in, go 1 block over, 2 blocks down, and come at it just from one of the other roads, so that it's not like this rich guy who walked past us is like, oh, those strange hooligans.
Yeah.
Will just be some people walking up.
Double bag.
All right, cool. And so that's all y'all.
As far as I can tell, me and Billy.
All right,
Yeah,
so
we're gonna go run back, see what we can talk to.
Yeah, Shog, I believe, is off shopping.
And like you're making no efforts to like seem like you belong or not be seen. You don't have to. I'm just, I'm just.
No, I mean.
Asking.
So I assume they got.
No, I assume whoever is back there will go like, hey, who are these people? And I'll be like, oh, I want to talk to you about working here.
Like, you want to make sure no one sees you come this way.
Yeah, like the bouncers won't stop us and shit.
Well, it's more like if like some people are walking in the street and they see you going into a back alley.
No, again, like confidence is the best disguise. We're just going to walk as if we belong.
Noted.
We don't care about random people. It's more about like when the guy in the back sees us for the first time, it's not coming out of the alley from the front. It's coming out from the city. Because they're the only people we care about right now.
Yeah.
At least for Billy's perspective.
All right. One of y'all roll me a d4.
You do it. My luck is terrible.
Aye.
So as you sort of round the corner, there is sort of in this almost like an alcove area where it looks like, carts come up and deliver shit. There's a delivery area to the back door, and there's a couple of folk. There's two humans, one male, one female, and it looks like a half elf, and they're all in like dress shirt and pants with white vests on. They have like the little lapel stitching of the White Lotus, and like a black outline. And it looks like one was smoking, one of them's drinking. They look like they're on break, and they also look up as you guys come round the corner that they probably expected it to be either a cart or another worker. And you definitely they look at you for a second, like expecting you to just walk on by when you don't. One of them is just like looking at you like what are you doing here kind of look.
Yeah, as we come around the corner, I will immediately angle towards them, and I'll as soon as we're in like a common speaking distance, not like earshot, but like maybe 10 feet from them, I'll be like, can I bum a smoke?
I mean, you'll be within 10 feet of the measure.
Oh, perfect. Then I come around the corner and I go, anyone bum a smoke?
It's basically an alleyway that like a block and a half. And then
perfect.
And then like on one side of the middle of that alleyway, there's sort of like an alcove entrance kind of area where there's space to park a couple of carts, and then there's a back entrance to the casino.
Oh, these are the back of house people on the smoke break. This is even better than I was hoping for. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but bum a smoke.
Make the persuasion.
Can I get advantage if I reach for my coin purse at the same time?
Sure.
Persuasion. Hey, natural 19. Oof.
Yeah, it's still a 20. You just have a -1 because of your stats, but it's still a 20.
Not an ad success though, because not an attack.
Pulls out a cigarette and hands it off to you. And,
Light.
Snaps his finger. Spark shoots out from the point of finger and lights your cigarette.
Fancy.
On track. Must get you a lot of tips at the table.
Oh, no, we all have. And then he sort of takes like a brass ring that he pulls off and flips on a track.
I eagerly reach for it.
Yeah, it's company property. Also, I'm not proposing to you. Puts the ring on your finger.
Yeah.
Man and wife.
I give him like my pinky.
Yeah.
Put it on. I'll snap my fingers, and just like a little pilot light appears.
Yeah, pretty much. It basically lets you cast prestidigitation.
Ooh. Okay, so I probably snap it in something other than what I intended happened.
Yeah, a puff of purple smoke or something like that.
I smell it expecting it to smell nice, and it's like, oh no. Oh.
Well, it smells nice initially, but it's like
Sours.
it smells sweet,
Cloying.
and it quite turns like ridiculously sweet into like rotten milk sour.
It sticks to the back of your throat and
Yeah.
your nose. You're like,
I will pass it back and I'll say, neat trick all the same.
Yeah, it takes a bit of working with, but you know, the rich folk likes it. What's she doing back here? There's no
I
really-
was just walking the city.
Make a deception scene.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Woo!
Ain't my city back here to be walking. Then takes a puff from a cigarette.
Fair enough.
Always tight quarters back here.
You know a lot about. Anyway, speaking of tight quarters, actually, I'm looking for. I believe you said she was an elf, right?
Yeah.
Looking for the elven lady. Heard she came here a couple days ago. She owes me a little bit of money. Wondering if any of you been working the past couple days? There's some money in it for you.
7 days a week. I mean, you got more of a description than elven lady.
I'm sorry, I something for the elven lady?
Got more of a description than elven lady.
Yeah, I'll describe her. And I'll at the end I'll go and her name was Maeve, Meavy, Maeve, I think.
Why don't you roll high on it?
Always high, baby.
oh no.
Actually, that's enough because you have your luck.
Hey.
Hey now. Hey now.
Hey now.
Sorry, I'm coughing. I inhaled.
Oh god.
Shit.
Live.
No.
No, the game. We need him.
But yeah.
Wait,
he
I got this. We do the thing, we save Alendril, and it's all good. Boom.
I cast Revivify at the DM.
All right. So.
His lungs don't regenerate. He dies again.
Fuck.
So the guy sort of. I don't know. I don't think I really heard. And then the lady who's sort of sitting next to him, the half elven, sort of like drinking from, paper bag. Like, she have glowy eyes sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sir. She was trying to smooth some expensive wine off, because some of the wine is a bit exclusive, and you can't just buy it off the shelves,
Sure, any random walk up can't have it. I gesture at Malthorn.
I drink it all. I just make a fucking wild-eyed look at them.
I think it was
Fucking bitch.
he's a owner of one of the wineries or so. I think she lived with him. He's a big tubby fella. Says spends a lot of time in here. I mean, to be honest, I'd be surprised if he wasn't in there right now.
Got a name and anything more to go on than Tubby?
Lord Ogre. He's a fancy, wears a lot of rings, a lot of jewelry, and usually pays a bunch of girls staying around.
I know the type, and I'll fish out a gold coin and toss it over and offer a pair of coppers to the guy who gave me a smoke.
Yeah, they both take. Thank you kindly. You know what? I'm drunk enough. Are you looking to look into this fella?
Ask him some questions, certainly.
The break's just about over. I tend the bar, so I mean, give me maybe another few of those. It'd probably have to be at least 10, given that. God, that guy swearing at maids. Sweet talking a bit, maybe loosen his lips.
I'd be more than obliged, and I will pull out 2 platinum pieces.
Stuff. Well, yeah. I'll see if I can. I mean, do you want me to do the talking, or do you want me to just get him a little sloshed?
Some people like to talk to their bartender if he wants to. Excellent. If not, I'll sidle up on the bar on his side. Give me some sort of signal. Maybe
Right.
do the fire, but purple instead of red.
Yeah. I don't mean to offend, but if you're looking to sweet talk him, you're a little masculine for his tastes.
I left my pocket wizard at home.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great look. It's just, he's kind of traditional.
Like I said, you get what you can from him. I'll squeeze the rest out.
All right. That's I mean, you folks is gonna want to get some fancier duds than that.
I'm sure there's a gift shop.
I mean,
all right, fine. Recommend a tailor within a 10-minute walk. We'll meet you at the bar.
there's not too many open at the moment, but
You do rentals here?
I could check the lost and found.
Well, there we go.
Better than nothing. We'll wait here.
Imagine you actually there and find
No, finish your break. I elbow Malthard.
Fucking step on her foot.
While we're waiting, we spar. Roll initiative.
But yeah, after maybe about 10-15 minutes, the human male who you bombed the cigarette off sort of goes up. Yeah, that's me. Better go back in. Does a stretch and then like a deep customer service, I'm so tired sigh, and then walks back inside. And then a couple minutes.
I turn to the last guy who's left and I go, so tell me, do they even match your 401k?
What's a 401k?
Oh, Jesus. What about dental?
That's very depressing.
I mean, we can use the complimentary toothpaste.
Oh, God.
They don't even have dental.
Fucking shameful.
Shrek moment fulfilled. Okay.
Yeah.
The half-elven lady comes back out with a couple of somewhat wrinkled suits and a dress just sort of slung over her shoulder. Well, they're not exactly in tip-top condition, but I mean, see if they'll fit, I guess.
I feel like they'll do.
Just, I don't know, get changed behind the cart there. She basically just throws them at you.
Shall we? I'll just start making my way. Fucking go to change behind the cart.
So there's two suits and a dress. One's a little lighter. Yeah, and then the dress is definitely a little tight and has a corset as parts of it.
Oh no.
I mean, how many of these clothes are fitted for a dwarf and how many of them are fitted for a...
It looks like one of the suits is... It's going to be a little bit long for... It's going to be a little bit long for Malthon. Like, it'll be a bit long up and down, but that's good enough for, wide. Like, he might have to, tuck a couple of things, and it'll be a little loose.
Just a tuck? Oh, damn.
But,
Yeah. Oh. Oof.
Oh, damn. And the other two would fit me.
Yeah.
Just cinch it.
I'm looking at the dress witheringly as I'm taking off my half plate.
Part
Just
of Malthar's just laughing and
burning a hole in it. Yeah, laugh externally. See what happens.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing internally because
see how far you have to walk to find your tongue. Several shots later, Billy is in the dress. It's like the fucking meme, just completely uncomfortable.
Oh, look at you! You are a woman.
it's, yeah, the corset, even at its sort of looser setting, is a little tight and unpleasant. You pop one of the strings as you swing out your claw.
Oh, jeez.
And, yeah,
Not a fucking word of this to anyone ever.
the one remaining worker is just like, "Ugh."
I can't promise that, but we'll see. Well,
but yeah, the suits are definitely a bit stiff, starchy, and uncomfortable. They've probably been like just dry cleaned, and like they've got that feeling of clothing that you've just bought and put on without washing it first.
perfect.
So you're kind of itchy and uncomfortable, and there are bits of it that are kind of poking you unpleasantly, and the shoulders are like a bit weirdly stiff, and the elbows are kind of like pinching inside on the inside of your arm, and the same on the back of your knees. But it fits. It's a little uncomfortable. But yeah, you guys are dressed. I don't know if I'm assuming, Shao, you squeeze yourself into one of the.
He's not here.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm going shopping for provisions and
Right.
asking around for ladies.
Asking around the town, yeah. In using the animals.
Yeah.
Aminos, and also is this woman or an elf?
Female elf.
Yeah, he's also using his favorite enemy skills to hunt elves, to look into her.
There are a lot of elves, and also
Yeah. Well, I
footprint.
mean, he's using his ability to track elves to help him with information gathering on her.
Yeah, advantage on the check to gather information.
Yeah, sure. What exactly are you? In what way? Like, are you asking?
And he
Like,
knows
big?
the name. He's
Are
looking
you?
for, I guess, her haunts, who she would have gone to if she's trying to head out of town, if she has left town.
Okay,
Because he's got
good.
descriptions of her. He's
Are
got to
you?
talk to people
Um,
about her. So,
the question is, where are you asking?
I mean, I'm sure if she's possibly tried to head out of town, she's probably got provisions to do so. So that's where he would, since he's gathering provisions too, he's trying to be nondescript about being sent to go help her out.
Sorry. So you are.
He's lying about being sent to go assist her if she has headed out of town.
Okay. Are you assisting her with what?
You know, if she's heading out, if she's ranging out, she's roving out, or she's heading to another destination, he's been tasked with going out to assist her because he is a skilled ranger.
Yeah.
He doesn't know exactly what it is though, but he's been given a task by a benefactor that he's not allowed to talk about.
Sure. What kind of check are you hoping to make?
I guess it would be maybe either investigation or that'd probably be investigation because he's asking around and carousing for information while he's trying to also, get some more fresh produce and provisions to put into his preserving chest to help add to their meals. Local produce that they most likely have not tried.
Check for me. Yeah.
Okay, what now?
Investigation then for me.
Okay, and that's at advantage, right?
Yes. Oh no, sorry, that's wisdom.
Oh, that's wisdom for survival checks. Yeah, cool. Well, that's only if he's tracking then. So yeah, that in this case, that would be still investigation, so it would not have the advantage. Just straight up.
I'll lower the DC. Okay. You don't find anything too promising right away. So you do, as you're sort of going about shopping, getting some of the nicer spices and things. You're going to like effectively like a spice shop that does basically nothing but spices, and you're probably going for more of like the decent quality but cheaper and goes a long way stuff. But as sort of asking as you're looking around for the information on this Maeve character, as you were talking, the clerk, a tinkling man, sort of strokes his sort of slightly longer than it feels like should be goatee, or like chin strap beard. Actually, sorry, not goatee. Eve, I think I remember a lady by that name come in here and buy some expensive shit maybe about a week ago.
About a week ago.
Shao immediately, or not like aggressively moves towards him, but he does like meander towards him. Interesting. I would be curious to know more. Is it? I'm willing to make it worth your time. Make your time worthwhile if you're available to share some more information.
I mean, as he's sort of like bagging your stuff,
He offers a gold piece.
yeah, sure. He'll take that. I mean, she put in an order for some more expensive stuff that we had, but we didn't have as much, and a lot of that stuff was special orders, and so she had an order she was meant to pick up a day or two ago, but I mean, she didn't come for it. Are you here to pick it up for her, or?
I'm here to. I'm going to assist her. So if it's also here, I would be happy to take it to her.
Yeah, I mean, she only paid for the shipping of that, so it's still what was it? He sort of goes through his flipbook. 15 gold for the spice box there.
Okay, and he takes out two platinum pieces.
Appreciate it. It slides over. Here, why don't you take? And he takes basically a cookbook with some extra spices and just pops it on top.
Does he give any change back though? Because that's still still short 5 gold pieces.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were giving him the 5 as a tip.
Well.
Does that? Would you like to hold on to it?
I guess he's gonna try to appraise the spices being offered as well as the cookbook.
Yeah, sure. Why don't you make intelligence with your cooks, or wisdom, I guess.
Hey.
And they seem like pretty high quality. It's kind of to the point where, like, you haven't worked with much expensive stuff, and this stuff is like leagues above what you've worked with before, to the point where, like, you've only ever worked with probably like
middle quality or inferior quality. So you know what? Shall we take the offer? Yeah. Okay.
Like, it could be this, or this could just be like a 7.
It sounds like
it's definitely better than you've worked with before.
Yeah, he'll take it. He will part with the 5 gold. So fancy cookbook and fancy spices.
Yeah.
You said how much spices?
You can just say spice shipment.
Well, you said he also got an additional amount of spices with the cookbook, right?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry too much about the specifics. Just bring that when it's relevant.
Okay. So just say fancy spices. Cool. Fancy spices of Dandrosa region.
Yeah. We'll just wouldn't try.
Cool. Shall we say thank you kindly for the cookbook and these spices. I had not encountered these before. He sniffs them very, very kind and fondly.
Yeah.
Also,
very mild.
Sorry. Go ahead. Continue. Apologies. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, it's sort of like a gentle sweet scent to start with, and then it hits the back of your nose, and there's like a heavy spice that almost knocks you off your feet. Like it's like almost like for a second.
Oh yeah, he likes it.
Yeah.
He does look around the shop. Does it have any magical items?
You could ask, but there's like just usual cooking utensils from what you can tell. You could make an investigation check, or you could ask.
He does ask, like, I've heard of magic items that help enhance cooking. One of which was quite impressive. It was like a spice pouch that lets you choose some of the more mundane spices, and it replenished itself on the day. Do you have something like that?
I have a couple of custom orders like that. We have some self-heating pots and pans.
Ooh. I would also be interested in those for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be interested in one of the self-healing pans, about medium size, about the size, if not about the size of my hand in width or in diameter, maybe about a thumb width longer. And he holds up his hand, and it's about 8 inches or 15 centimeters in diameter.
8 to 10-inch pan. Yeah, we can do that. And
then for the pot, a good stock pot size.
I don't know how deep your pockets are, but we've got a couple of animated spoons.
I prefer to control the spoon myself. That's a good offer though. But yeah, the pot and the pan for self-preparing. I'm definitely interested in that because I'm on the trail. But also, you said you did have a potential spice pouch that replenishes.
Let me see. We had a couple, but I believe they were on. I believe they were all spoken for. Let me check. Roll high look.
Always high, as the resident Riz Master would say. Yes!
The resident who now?
You're the resident Riz Master, my friend.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we've got it.
Excellent. How much for the lot? The pot, the pan, and the spice pouch?
Let's say, were you wanting the self-heating pan?
No, I don't want self-heating, just the ones that are repairing, so if they take damage, they can recover.
We don't have a self-repairing, we have self-heating.
I misheard you. I apologize. I'm really just interested in the spice pouch then. I'm sorry. Pardon my error.
Well, 55 then.
How much?
5.
5 gold?
55.
55.
55. 2, 5.
25. Oh, thank you. Apologies for my error. He takes out, let's see, platinum piece is 10 gold, right?
Yeah, so it'd be 2 platinum, 5 gold.
Yeah, he takes out 2, he gives 2 platinums and 5 golds.
Alrighty. So you can have your spice pouch.
Yeah, he's got a... Yeah, he words anti-spice pouch. And... yeah, that was it, right? Yeah, cool. Cool. So yeah, he's got information about the lady. He's got her spice shipment, fancy cookbook, the regional spices, and he also says, "Thank you for the information. I will inquire about the direction that she was traveling, so I can make sure this is delivered properly to her. Much appreciated."
Oh, and welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Gosh, it's getting late. Closed by now. And
well, I'm glad I've given you business. And he quietly exits the store.
Nodded and shortly after closes up.
I guess it's probably getting late for food too. So unfortunately, he has not acquired the provisions he wanted, but he did get some stuff to help improve their foods.
You have the provisions she wanted.
Oh, okay, then yeah. He would have gotten like produce, and I think we have plenty of meat still. He would have mostly focused on getting like legumes and produce and vegetables, produce that are endemic to this region. Maybe some local breads too. And
Yeah.
so how much would that cost?
I'd say just 5 for that. 5 gold. I just got somewhere light on.
Cool. He's going to spend a platinum piece to get some change. Cool. And then he would go and recover and get back to his allies.
Alright. Good shit. So, y'all can, I suppose we'll switch back to the folks who's going into the casino. Sorry, my brain forgot words for a second.
My face contorts like I'm trying not to laugh.
So presumably you guys go back around the front?
To to get in? I would imagine we have to.
Nate?
I'm sorry.
Figured
Going in through the front so we look like customers and big and greasy can slide up to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah. So y'all can approach up. There's probably maybe like 1-2 people in front of you in the line when you get there, but it passes rather quickly. What are you guys presenting as? Are you like looking like you're coming individually? Are you looking like you're coming together? And if you're coming together, what's your presentary relationship?
I mean,
separately, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to project anything. I'm just going in intending to spend money.
Alrighty. So yeah, you walk up front, and the Goliath lady was like a good foot taller than you, 1.5 almost. Sort of as her arms folded and looks at you guys. You folks, you don't seem like regulars here, but
No. Come to see the casino. Once in a lifetime experience, they say.
Living large for the
And
night.
I will. I'll pat my coin pouch. Don't often have this much on me.
but can I get some names?
Iris.
Iris, you have a last name, Iris?
Not without a drink first.
Look, you're cute, but I'm marrying you tonight.
Fine.
No offense, I'm working. And, you, sir?
Tyne copper strings.
Sorry, what now?
Tyne copper strings.
Strings. It's interesting, huh?
Tine.
Seems more, gnomish than dwarfish. Unless you're just a very hairy gnome.
Well, you know, Mom was a bit of an explorer.
Alright. And why don't you each make either persuasion or deception to effectively pass yourself off, or performance, I guess.
I will be granting Malthar assistance on whatever he chooses.
Would I have advantage?
You would have to to do that. That's an option. Because if you're coming in separately, you can't like grant each other help because you know be separate.
Right, we were both talking, so.
Yes, I guess together then. Come on, persuasion. Hey!
All right.
Thank God.
We'll
The 20s are on point tonight.
enjoy your evening in the White Lotus. And, we have the wine baron in here, so depending on how drunk he's you may be able to get your hands on some fancy stuff. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Definitely
Just the rope, but a little bit of a bow for you guys, I'm not sure.
You hear that? Think you might be able to get your hands on some good stuff tonight.
Here's the hope. Bet to win.
And as you enter, it is rather loud in here. There's a lot of people, and there is music that is sort of humming ever presently from various just sort of stones that kind of set in the walls in various places that seem to sort of glow and pulse with the beats of music. And yeah, there are various people playing dice, cards, all sorts of games, and all of them in various stages of inebriation. Quite quickly, you definitely catch the bellowing belly laugh of the unreasonably weighty Lord. Sorry, what's his name again? Lord Ogre. As he is over at the bar, and you can see the half-elven woman who you spoke to around back. It's sort of like definitely indulging him a little bit more than she probably usually would. And he's got a couple of women there who are definitely taking advantage of this man paying for their drinks.
Well, I'll keep a close eye. If you slug him in the face, I'll try and cover you.
Let's give him a little bit of time to get drunk first. See what the bartender turns up.
Fair. Let him sit.
We'll pick a low stakes, maybe a craps table, something with decent odds, nearby the bar that he's at.
More like something like poker rather than something with a house edge.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, and that's just kind of like nearby, just overhearing as best you can.
Looking for the signal from my boy, the bartender, who I've paid off. Looking for the purple flame, for the signal that he's drunk enough for me to go over to him.
She has. Let me. One of you roll for her. Let's go. It's a D20 and +3.
I
can see.
All right.
One of you take a pick.
Dude. Hey.
All right. She relatively quickly is, suggesting gently that he go for some of the harder stuff. Definitely like questioning his toughness and manhood, which he falls for pretty much instantly. After which he is definitely like having a little trouble standing without the assistance of the bar, you can tell. The two women who are with him are definitely they're kind of umming and eyeing about, are we even going to get any more from this drug bastard at the moment? And I'd say one of them leaves, but the other one stays. The bartender sort of offers to light the guy's cigarette and lights it with a purple flame.
I'll fold out of my game, collect the chips, nod at Malthorn, and walk over.
How did you do?
It's always high. Bang.
You got, let's say, it was a lower stakes game, so let's say $2.
Cool.
Having a good time. Having a good time.
All right. You can approach this guy, sort of weaving your way through the crowd. And just as a note, you are getting a few looks here. Usually, there aren't, many shifters this far south. Most of them hang up, just sort of hang around Barrenmore. And like very few of them even come to the cities in Barrenmore, let alone this far south in a major city in a fancy casino. So you get a couple of looks with your animal ears. as you approach. How are you presenting yourself as you approach the man?
Confidently.
You're not to gussy yourself up. You're not like approaching in any particular way other than just straight up walking at him.
I mean, I'm not walking at him. I'm going to go to the bar and pretend to not see him immediately.
Okay.
Confident. I guess seeing that people are looking at me, I like fluff my tail a little bit. You know, play up the exotic angle, I guess. Billy is deeply uncomfortable with this whole thing, so there's not a lot of trying very hard.
Performance check for me.
Oh
Just
dear.
how that goes.
Yeah, never good. Again, this is a bad plan.
Yeah, like you succeed in gathering folks' attention. It's not necessarily good attention, it's not necessarily bad attention, but people are paying attention. Like you've definitely got some looks, and you're getting some whispers in the corner that you presume are probably about you.
Cool. I will go up to the bar and, in common with a slightly thick giant accent, I will order. I'll have what he's having.
And she pours you a drink that, as it slides under your nose, you can already feel the alcohol hitting the back of your throat.
Oof.
2 silver.
Put a gold on the table and say, open a tab.
No, and she takes writes some stuff down and sort of like does like a side glance at the guy and then looks back at you, just like a very, very slight nod. And as the guy is like there, he's leaning on the bar, and gosh,
I will brush the back of his arm with my tail almost unconsciously.
Yeah, like the man seems just like a gooey liquid at the moment. He's just leaning on the bar. He's like slobbering a little bit, and he's fairly drunk and slurring his words. Oh, hey there. What you doing here?
At the moment, enjoying a drink. Good choice. I have another sip of the drink.
She seems a little out of place. You don't seem like this is
I confess I'm new in town.
Well, we've come to the right place. This is perhaps the best place in try to enjoy yourself. Apart from my estate.
Oh, your estate? A
Yes.
large building?
Oh, very large.
In the city or outside?
Oh, it's just a little outside. It's to the east a little. It's got a lovely view of the bay.
Long trip?
Oh, it's not that far, really. It's a couple of miles.
Oh, I thought he said 2 days. I was like, Jesus.
A view over the bay. That's what he said. It's a beautiful sunrise. And
Well, I'm sure it must be the discerning lady that gets to see it.
Well, it's I do have rather high standards. I'm not sure if you quite neat, though. I might take some convincing.
Not without buying me at least a couple drinks first, if you're gonna talk like that. But I will wink.
Make a deception
I hate
check.
myself. I hate myself for it.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, everything I said is true. It's just more drinks than he could afford with all his money put together.
Clearly, you're super not into this stuff. So, I will say deception.
How do you feel about wrestling a waterbed?
I get
Yeah,
a plus 15 for drunk goggles.
Get another one. What's your name?
Iris.
Iris. What? By the way, I'm Lord Baron, or whatever you prefer.
You're the Lord. Oh, I will definitely buy you another drink. And I'll flag him down and get 2 more.
Couldn't just kill me whole world. And he sort of holds out his chubby fingered hand with the mini rings.
I go almost as if to shake it and then remember and place my hand like in it.
And he sort of takes it and then pulls it just a little too close and gives it a sloppy drunk kiss on the hand. And why don't you just make me a wisdom saving throw real quick?
Oh no.
Alright, you feel like there's just like a flash in your mind, and you blink a couple of times, but nothing happens to your knowledge. Just like you feel odd, like a wave of tingles just came over you, and it's not necessarily pleasant, but not like unpleasant.
Can I ask, is this the effect of the spell Charm Person? Where I would know that it has been cast on me?
You definitely feel like some kind of charming effect was attempted upon you, yeah.
Do I have that sleeping potion? Sam?
You?
Yoko said she was gonna keep it, but we don't have the ability to have her here.
I'm gonna say...
It's fine if you say no. I also have poison.
I'm gonna say no because it's not my call to make.
Okay. Fuck. I mean, if it's a spell, he knows that it fails.
He seems like not super happy. He's like a little. He seems like a little frustrated.
Get into it.
He's like
Yeah,
he's looked at you and he's just like he definitely was expecting it to work.
I will definitely turn and grab the 2 glasses and hand him one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say to friends in new places with expensive villas.
Places. I must ask, where are you from, Miss Iris? You have a striking
North.
personality.
North of here. You wouldn't have heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of everywhere.
I'm sure you have. Where did you grow up here in this city? Are you a native?
Oh, yes, I've been all over, but yes, I grew up here. young boy running through the streets. So eventually, took my hand and trade, got a little bit of money, and set up my winery. It's been doing fantastic ever since.
So it sounds like you would be an excellent person to give a tour of the city, perhaps on the way to your manor.
I suppose I could.
Why don't I get us a bottle for the walk?
Oh, this is. And where and snaps his fingers a couple of times, and there's like a freeze for a moment, and you can almost see like the frustration and the tingle build up in the back of the bartender's neck, and they just sort of suck in air through the teeth, and then go to the back, and then pull out a bottle and hand it to. Thank you, and hands over what looks like a couple of platinum. Enjoy that.
I'll meet you, and I'll say, like, one of the tables by the door. I just need to powder my nose, and I'll turn to the waiter. Would you accompany me? I don't have any friends here.
Of course, ma'am. Just enjoy your drink, sir. And steps out. Just puts up like a sign, back in 5.
Yeah.
And then comes out with you.
Yeah. Quick check that there aren't any poopers. Yeah. Get the download as quickly as I can. You gotta check for poopers.
It's true. It's just so fucking funny to hear.
Make it an investigation check for poopers.
Can I make a perception at advantage by using my keen sense of smell?
Oh no! It's torturing yourself.
It's for the job. Would you allow that?
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Fuck. Oh, Jesus.
There are no poopers. There's someone who definitely is like, you hear a loud sniffing sound, and then them sort of like stand up quite abruptly as you enter the bathroom, and they've got like a slight nosebleed, and then they quite quickly, hurriedly move off the room.
Perfect. Somebody with secrets of their own. Excellent.
But yeah, you are alone after that.
Hell yeah. Anything I should know? Yeah.
I haven't gotten much, but I think he bragged about beating her, but all that means is she probably went back to his estate. He could be lying, though.
Something tells me he has something to ensure he doesn't strike out. Keep an eye out for him when he comes back. Yeah, that might have more to do with, well, a little trick not unlike your fancy rings. Thanks for the help.
Good. Yeah, no problem.
Keep whatever's left of my tab. It's for you.
Appreciate it.
And I'll head out.
Alright. Malthon, have you been doing anything in this time?
Just keeping track of Tubby.
Alrighty. Why don't you make me, if you're just like keeping an eye on him, I guess insight?
Yeah, making sure, because I saw Billy kind of not fully like perturbed, but something didn't seem to sit right for a moment.
I guess would Shao be able to find them by this point, or
It
would he have
need
trouble still?
fancy digs or make your way in somehow. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it make sense because I do want you to participate, but I can't think of one right now.
I would imagine that if you would allow, that Shag would know that we're coming out around this time and would be waiting for us and could join Malthorn in the stealthily following Billy and the guy. if that works for both of y'all.
It's good.
The inside first. So, Malthon, this man. The first thing you notice is, as a dwarf, you're familiar with, folk getting drunk is like it's basically a national pastime in Drummond. Like it's very common, and you know what someone looks like when they're drunk. This man is not nearly as drunk as he is appearing to be. There is clearly some hidden behavior going on here. He is not as intoxicated as he appears to be, if he is intoxicated at all.
Yeah, there's a little grit to my teeth as I kind of take note of that, and I'm behaving, but it's also like probably a little bit of like an itch to jump this fucker.
Chow looks over to the dwarf and says in Dwarvish, "Should I prepare my bow, or should I stay out with shield and sword?"
I think we're gonna have to wait until Billy shows up. Wait for a signal.
Shield and sword is, and he
And
nods
so-
quietly.
Return to the man as he pours a glass of wine for each of you, for you and himself, rather, and hands you the glass.
Okay. I make sure to not touch his hand.
Noted. As he sort of sips from the glass. Now, I'm not sure what there could possibly be to see in this hour. And
Where does a man of your wealth and power grow up? Running the streets. Must have been quite this place.
it was certainly interesting. It's not without difficulty, although I often find it a bit of a bittersweet memory.
The old haunts don't quite bring back the joy of childhood.
No, not quite. Back when I was, one of the peasantry, it's not fond memories.
Perhaps then we should take the quickest route to your new and fonder memories of wealth.
I was actually thinking of spending the night here.
Oh, after all that talk of a sunrise.
You can make a persuasion check.
They gotta get good sometime. Nope. No, they don't. In fact, they do not.
Look, you're a little butch for my tastes, darling. Maybe
I don't rip his face off.
Little makeup. Hold yourself a little cleanlier. And we'll talk, but I'm afraid in your current state you're a little undesirable.
Are we outside at this point?
No, you're still inside. And he begins walking off towards the suites.
Malthorn's like practically vibrating. In
Okay, I
his
mean, if he's just walking off, then I guess that's it.
You may have to catch him in the morning, or when he heads off to his estate. But that would be the next evening. So you guys can reconvene and share your information, presumably.
I mean, we didn't learn anything. I tell them that.
I learned something.
I mean, you learned that he's got some kind of charm magic. You learned that he was deceptive about him being drunk.
Something about that man doesn't read right.
I did not get to observe him very long, but I did learn something about the elf we were interested of while I was gathering supplies. She had placed an order for a spice box, which she never picked up, but she has left town. So we do have a lead on that. Sorry.
You thinking the same, Billy?
I'm thinking about burying a fucking bear trap on his walk home.
I could appropriate one for that.
So we're going to capture this man and interrogate him?
There's something definitely fucking up.
Emphasis on terror.
Mm-hmm. Pretending to be drunk and then trying to charm a lady.
To you.
Alrighty. Yeah. I will say, as you guys are, what, have you come back out the front, I assume?
Yeah, pretty much.
I would say you... What are our perceptions again, Massive?
Pretty
13.
fucking good.
16.
18.
Okay. That's definitely enough there. I would say, Malthorn, you notice as a cart comes out from the alleyway and passes you by, the familiar, like, sloppy mumbling of the individual of Ogren as the cart begins trundling off into the night.
We gotta follow that. That's him.
Appears to be a not insignificantly armored and armed individual on the cart that's driving it.
Make your choices. I'm following it now. I'm gonna try and fucking stealth book after this thing. Keep track of it.
Can we see which exit it's heading for?
It looks like the cart, by the direction it's going, is heading towards the east of the city.
Okay.
So it'd be east gate.
Head that direction.
So I forgot to fucking put the music on loop. Gosh dang it. Brian. There we go, we'll go for this one. Yeah. So yeah, as you guys are following, I'm gonna say probably get a survival check to track them as they are on a cart and you guys are on foot.
Are these humans, elves?
I mean, you're tracking the cart, so it'd be tracking beasts.
Okay. So just straight up survival.
Yeah, you can, even in the dark of the night and the mudiness of the streets, you are able to follow the cart as it trundles quickly. I will ask you guys, are you attempting to be quiet in your following of the cart?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, Shav is going to look at Malthon and goes, I'm going to pull out the bow now and sheath my shield. However, if you need a front line, I am prepared to do so. He looks a lot more comfortable now that he's got armored up to the nines.
Yeah. You stick to keeping eyes on him. I'll try and keep up top. We will keeping quiet, but also go for the rooftops. Got that ringy jumping with the Zephyr Strike.
Alrighty. It's stealth from all y'all as you're trying to
I'm
follow.
going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Alrighty. So
It
Billy,
gets plus 10 to your stealth check.
That'd be 19.
Jesus, Malthorn.
It's this suit. I blame the suit.
Oh.
I didn't have advantages. I just rolled 7. So.
Okay. Shout as you are the spell, and you're focusing more on making sure you don't lose the tracks.
So 17. Sorry, 17.
Yeah, so 17. And you see, as you guys are rushing, you slip in a puddle and let out a bit of a grunt, and you see the guard or the individual who is armored and driving the carriage turn and see you, and you guys are, probably the only people in the street at this time of night that are close enough, and you're clearly following them. He picks up the pace, and unless you guys are able to grab mounts, he's off.
Yeah, we'll just grab mounts at midnight when nothing is open.
Yeah,
Do we have time to, how close are we to them right now?
You're probably maybe about. I assume you'd be keeping at least a 30-foot distance to.
Okay, I'm close enough to attack the horse, the mount then, right?
Yeah, you could fire at the horse or the guy.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fire at the horse.
Just reminding you, you don't have probable cause. This is in a city. Like you're not out of the city.
I'm not gonna fire at the horse. I'm gonna look at my allies and he's gonna just like grimace as the guard just charges off.
I'm going to full dash and see if I can't get up there with the bracers and try and grab onto the back of the carriage quietly, unless there's people on the back of it, I assume.
There aren't people back of it, but it has started to speed up. I will say, make one. Yeah, you can make an improvised attack roll.
Well, I mean, if it's 30 feet away, Shao can actually run up to it because it's 35 movement speed, and try to jump onto the back of it too.
The cart is moving faster than you, but I suppose you could try. Like if you grab onto it after running up, there will definitely be a notable change in weight of the cart. Like people will notice that someone's jumped on the back of the cart. But you can try if you want to do that.
Yeah, he'll do his adrenaline rush, so he can take a dash action as bonus. Well, yeah, I guess. Do we have to worry? Are we doing initiative now?
I suppose we could do initiative. Yeah. I'll just put you on the map for the sake of putting you on the map for now. So this isn't necessarily accurate, but it is a map.
Yeah. I'm checking one of my features because it's been a little bit. Oh, also at the start of my first turn, I get 10 feet. My walk speed is increased by 10 feet. So I actually have 45 feet movement speed right now.
Just as a reminder, y'all are still in the city, and this man is, if you attack him, that's a coin. Yep. And given his, noble standing, jumping on the back of his cart, probably also a crime.
Yeah, Shaug is following the lead of his comrades at this point. Normally he would just let them go off and track them, but he's following Malthorn's initiative. Okay, where am I? Oh, hey, I know this map. There's a driveway token on there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's yourself wherever really. It's just so that we have tokens, because otherwise initiative doesn't work.
Yeah, right now my movement speed's 45.
Luigi. So Malthorn, you're about. I'm gonna say, roll me a d4.
Alrighty then.
I'm gonna say that's unfortunate. You wanted low this time. I apologize. So that is you're at least 30 feet, and then plus an additional 40 feet. So 70 feet behind the car.
Excellent. With the I will keep that Zephyr Strike rolling. Quickly looking to let them get out of the city. Follow them from there. Real quick as we're running.
Are you yelling from up on the roof?
Yeah. We got lumped together, so I'm just gonna full book it to keep track it. Full straight run of let's see, where is it? Caravan thing. I still have the boots and all that. Yeah, just keeping pace with that. The every 10 feet, that would be 105 feet.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you could
running alongside it, but just kind of not attacking it outright. I'm just, spooking him.
The guard who's driving the car is definitely looking at you and going, "What the fuck? Get away from him! Come!" And is like drawn his long sword and is holding the reins with the other hand.
Does he have
Sir,
a cloak of eyes or
get
something?
in the car. Sorry, what was that? I did not hear you there, Neat.
Oh, nothing.
But that is me, as I'm just Batman spooking him from the rooftop.
Alrighty.
Keeping pace.
It's definitely, alerted by the fact that you're running along the rooftop at superhuman speeds.
With the ring of jumping, launching.
You're the fucking shadow man that run along the poles as people are looking out the cars on their trips.
What the fuck is that?
Alrighty. It's the cart. The cart moves 60 feet. It's a shout.
Okay, Shaug uses well, first I do the D4, right? See how far away I am from it?
Yeah. That's 30 plus a D4 times 2. Alright, so you're 50 plus the 60, so you're 110.
What? You said 30 plus a d4 times 2.
Sorry, a D4 times 10. So it's 20.
Right, but you said and you started with 50.
Sorry, so it's 30 plus 20, which is 50.
The whole thing times 2.
No. So it's the 30 is the initial distance that you're. The 30 is like the minimum distance, and then the D4 is just to be like, okay, you're not exactly at 30 feet, you're this much off of it, and so he's 20 feet off of 30 feet. because the D4 is 2. And then the cart after that has moved 60 feet. So 50 plus 60 is 110. Does that make sense?
And how many courses are on this card? Is it multiples or just one?
Just 2 horses.
Or a shout, I guess he starts bolting, he looks back to, are we taking out the horses?
We fucking attack the horses.
Are we stopping the cart?
I don't understand what's happening right now. This guy turned around and saw us in the darkness while we had cloaking magic, and now he sees Maltharn on the roof somehow, and we're running after him for I don't know why. I'm not
sure.
I'm,
I presumed, given that Maltharn was Zephyr Strike speeding, it was no longer stealthing and running along the roof right next to the cart is going to draw some attention from him. And he rolled, what was it? A 19. 14 plus 5 for his perception, and Shug had a 17 on his stealth. For the initial stealth. 7 plus 13 on that's without trace.
Right, I don't know why we're attacking the cart.
Okay, so we're not attacking the cart. Okay, then Shug
I'm not saying that. You guys do your stuff. I just have no idea what you hope out of this.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I thought we were. I'm confused too. Are we attacking the cart or not? Or are we just trying to catch it? Or
What you guys want to do, but do what you want to do. Let me know, and I'll figure something out.
yeah. Shug is just gonna stop. He sees Valthar in charge, and he's like, "Huh?" He looks confused. He's about to start rushing in, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna just be patient about this." Stows his bow, pulls out his shield to make sure he doesn't get shot by something, because he's paranoid as fuck about that now. He does not like getting hurt. He will just go slink into the shadows somewhere and take cover.
Alrighty.
And also hide again.
If you are no longer
25.
pursuing, then
Yeah, no longer hide. He's no longer pursuing, but he does.
continue.
Take the dash action, so he's basically got 80, 90 feet of movement. Oh wait, he could catch up to the cart almost. Nah, but yeah, he's not gonna. He's gonna.
Is
hide.
any pursuing them still?
Just to the edge of the city to fucking scare him.
All right, noted. You do. I would say, make a Malthon. Make me one more stealth check just to see. Not necessarily because they've already noticed that you are there. You can, disappear again, and still follow them. But they're moving quickly, so you have trouble keeping up with them. This is mainly to make sure you don't go under the attention of the guards.
I fall off the roof.
Okay, you fall off the roof. I am going to say you do fall off the roof, as there are some guards coming in a direction. You do get one more stealth check, or what kind of check you want to make, as they are sort of heading in the direction of the cart after hearing the shouting. And it appears that sort of one is like just looked down the alleyway where you've landed.
Yeah, I'll try and stealth vanish.
Alrighty.
I'm in my natural element, the gutter. It's a 12. We're running for
So what do you roll?
20. Well, you're too far away for you to get a stealth bonus.
He roll better than you. It's a 15 plus a 3. As the guard sort of rushes up and approaches you. Says, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing here? What were you doing on that roof?"
I was trying to sweep my chimney.
Make a deception check.
Fastest way to get arrested. Malthorn edition. Hell yeah.
Sir, what were you doing on that roof?
Alright, I was paid as a joke to spook one of the people.
Make a deception with disadvantage because you are, you failed and he's suspicious of you.
Fair.
See what he rolled. He rolled not good. But one listed. Or one less.
Sorry, I thought it was a good joke. My friend gave me this fucking potion that
That's normally a misdemeanor. I'd have to write you up for that. Just get out of here.
Hey sir, I apologize. I will not be a menace anymore. I apologize, thank you.
On you a night in the thief if you keep doing that.
Trust me, I will definitely not get in your hair again. I promise you that. It was a poor joke, but
He sort of sigh, rubs his face, and y'all can disappear and reconvene.
I'll meet back up with Billy and Shag.
Alrighty. Y'all meet on back up. Gather up, presumably in an alleyway somewhere.
How much damage did he take when he fell from the roof?
Roll d6.
Should it be 2d6? Are these tall roofs?
Yeah, they are tall.
Alright, 2d6. Yeah. Oh, the trash saved me.
Rolled your ankle, but not too bad.
Oh, I was muted. I was saying make it an 18-story building.
Hell yeah. Well, you have the living daylights out of that little fucking coach driver.
Smart. Now they'll be on double guard.
Oh. I'll be fucking.
You can see Billy is in a black mood.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I gave away our position. Shag looks very, very depressed, and he also says, "Hey, Malthorn."
Yeah.
And he punches him in the side of the head and casts Cure Wounds.
Ah!
At level 2, because why not?
Rip him this side of his head.
Boom! Wow, that was way over heal, whatever. Yeah, so he hits you hard enough to where it actually hurts you, so let's see what's his strength, because he's not trained at unarmed hitting. So you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage for the hit, but then he overheals you, so it doesn't fucking matter.
I don't know about y'all, but it is very late for me. It's almost 2:30. I need to
Yeah.
go to sleep. If you guys are down to, if you guys want to keep talking, that's fine. Billy will find an inn to sleep in.
We can't leave it.
This is a good stopping point.
It is.
I apologize for the blue ball. I hope y'all had fun regardless.
This is blue ball.
Thank you for gaming.
We had miscommunication. They're like, "Oh, we're committed. We're not committed. We're committed. We're not committed." It's okay. It happens.
Okie dokie.
EXPs.
How far were you before?
I believe you said
Quarter of the way, I think. To 9?
something like 2/5 of the way or something like that. We
Yeah,
are
we're-
3,500 above the last level.
Go halfway to 9.
Halfway to 9. Okay, so what's the difference between 480 minus? 14, so 7,000 above 34 is 41,000.
Alright.
Yeah, I hope, even though not a shit ton happens, I hope y'all had a fun.
Of course, man.
I'll be catching that motherfucker.
Y'all have a good night. I will
You
sleep.
too.
Thank you for running, Sam.
Okay.
Yes, thank you for
Yes,
your
sure.
time. Have a good night. Shauk has been influenced by Billy. Beware. I mean, he didn't hit you he's not that strong. It was just a one point punch. Still, it was funny.
Alright. We be tracking that motherfucker.
Sorry, Malcolm just punched back much harder. And
I'm
also,
sure
it
I'll
was a
be
love
getting punched by much worse.
Yeah, also Malcolm got healing